It says it's on air. But what about the audio? That's better, right? Am I wrong? It looks better. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I want to talk about this refugee situation, the way I think about it. It's like, let me introduce you to a philosophical version of this idea. Let's say that we grant the extreme position of some racist that 9 out of 10 people from a particular group, whatever that group is, it could even be homeless, or you choose the most extreme group. Even if 9 out of 10 people from that group are some sort of a degenerate, and that's true, what about the one person that isn't? Now, my view is that the one person that isn't is worth 10 times as much as those 9 that are, which makes 100 in value points compared to 90. So I will not treat some individual from a group as an individualist. This is obviously an individualistic philosophy. I will not treat a new individual I meet as though he's the 9 out of 10 rather than 1 in 10. Why? Because I want to meet the 1 in 10. Okay. Now, with a refugee group like the Syrians, it's nothing like 9 out of 10. You know, it might be 1 out of 10 if you're psycho, truly faithful in your paranoia. Maybe it's 2 out of 10. Well, what about the 8 other people? What about the 9 other people and their gratitude? You know, what's the likelihood that that 1 out of 10 is their cousin and they can influence that person? And in terms of accepting refugees, it's like, what about just being brave about it? What about just being a bit John Wayne about it? Some of those are refugees want to harm us. Fine. Get over here close to me, motherfucker. I would rather have you within arm's reach. What about that? Hello, it's America. We're brave, remember? This country was built by accepting immigrants. You know, until the Chinese Exclusion Act, which interestingly enough was created because the Chinese were perceived as too good of workers, right? A danger to the European workers that were already here. And they were massacred when that act happened. You look it up yourself, hundreds of them, men, women, and children, whole little villages of Chinese immigrants that had been here for quite a while and fucking done a lot of work too. And we kept the work that they did and attacked them, created a Chinese Exclusion Act. Look, the true tradition of the United States is if you can get here, we don't necessarily have to pay for you to come here, though I think we should in the case of these refugees. We should spend some money to make it happen. But whatever. At the very least, if you don't want to expend any money, the American way is if you can get over here, then you're here. You're an asshole while you're here? Yeah, well, we'll string you up, throw you in a, cell block, whatever it takes. I'm not all for that, but it seems like a reasonable, safety net against accepting 10 people, 2 of whom might be a problem. Fucking Australia's totally was populated by criminals. They turned out okay. What's your fucking problem? Get brave, motherfucker, and figure out how to tell people that come to your country how it works. This isn't Europe. We don't take our refugees and put them all in a ghetto where they can get pissed off. They get spread over, all out. Those Syrians can be making kebabs. Not to be racist, I just love kebabs. I mean, I'm assuming they make them. I don't really know. I'm sorry. I'm just an American. But the point is, whatever food they make, let's have a little bit of it all over the United States. Let's take 50,000 of them, spread them out in a country of 300 million. I think it's going to be pretty thin. You know, Tucson gets a Syrian deli, whatever. You know, come on. Don't be so scaredy cat about shit. We're the messy country. We English, we're the messy language. It's got all kinds of languages in it. We're brave. This idea that fearing other people is natural, no, it's not. You're fucked up. That's a dementia that you have. Little white babies and little black babies play together just like little white babies and white babies and little black babies. They don't give a fuck. You've been psychologically demented, as if you were trained by Nazis to have that fear, if you have it. Get over it, right? And open up your welcoming arms to people who will make this country better. Because people that leave that kind of adversity and flee, because most of them are still staying, right? Most of them are ready to like, well, I'll just wait it out. And that's fine too. I don't mean to use the stupid voice with that. That's fine if that's what they've decided to do. There's a kind of bravery in that, but there's also a sedentary ennui in it. And people have said, this isn't good enough for me. You know what? Refugees like that, there's a high proportion of those people actually have skills. Doctors and lawyers, and people that are like, I can't be a doctor, lawyer, and raise my kids to be that in ISIS country. So they know they have to leave. The Einsteins, yeah. Yeah, you think that's naive? You're fucking naive. Some of that 80, 90% that isn't a threat is also a huge boon. People that should be given scholarships to reaccredit themselves in whatever the skill is they had in their home country. Their medical degrees no good over here, put them in medical school, see if they're good enough. Their engineering degree, oh, it doesn't count over here? Okay, get them a training class. Someone test them, see if they can do engineering over here. We need engineers. Everybody needs engineers. You can't have too many of them. And a high percentage of refugees compared to general public are high skill, and that's why they're the first ones to leave. Like Einstein from the Nazis. No, Einstein might be a Nazi. Don't let him immigrate. You're stupid. Be more brave. If you just calm down and be a little more brave, you'll see it's totally worth the risks. Oh, but we can't have any risk, Sam Harris. It's like, but it's a non-zero risk. You know, fuck you, motherfucker. Life is a non-zero risk from the get-go, the whole thing. Weird. It's not for everybody. It's not a philosophy for everybody. But this America is the immigrant nation. We stole this land from the Indians so that anybody could come here.